WeChat marketing. What is WeChat marketing? How does it work? And why do we need to use it? Now today we're going to talk about WeChat marketing, and it's not just an app, it's not just a communication tool, it's a very powerful business tool. So Victoria, share with us, why do we need WeChat marketing? And sometimes we talk to other people and why we need WeChat marketing, they don't understand what even is. They have never heard of it.
Well, essentially, when people think of marketing, they want to go to a platform where there are a lot of users in general.
Yes.
Obviously, right? Because you want a lot of eyeballs on whatever you're pushing out. So with WeChat marketing, there are just a little bit of under 900 million users in China right now, and that's a huge number. And very few people know that actually they fall in number 3. They're just behind WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger. So in terms of a user base, it's huge right now worldwide. Now, the interesting thing about WeChat is, if you think of the apps that we have now, for example, Facebook, Instagram, and apps
WeChat, WhatsApp,
Apple Pay. So those apps, when we look at them, they're individual apps with their individual functions. Now, the good thing about WeChat is their intention is to keep users on their platform as long as possible. So what they've done is they've amalgamated all the different functions from all the other apps that are available right now and pretty much roll it into one single app. And therefore, most users in China, they're on WeChat pretty much all day long.
Yes.
Especially since they have integrated payment processing as well. So when people go out in China, they don't even bring their wallets. So they bring their phone. They can use it like a social media platform. They can call their friends, obviously, text their friends. But at the same time, they can use it to pay for a variety of things in China.
So they use the payment processing almost like an e-wallet. They can shop right from the app. They could chat with their friends. And when I go to China, a lot of my friends, they use the app, but they use that way more than calling someone else. They can record a short message and say, hey, I'm here, and like audio message or a quick text. You can share photos. It's almost like an Instagram with WhatsApp, with payment processing built in, kind of Apple Pay with almost like also mini shop as well. So they're very powerful.
I think one thing like WeChat really boomed in my memory was during the Chinese New Year, people start sharing Red Pocket.
Red Pocket.
And then like people, like my friend within the group, and then they would just drop some random money. You don't know how much. It's like a lucky draw. So you just try to squeeze money out of it. Some people get like $5.
Maybe walk us through how does that work. So Red Pocket, how do we give money? Like how does that work?
Because when I started use WeChat, I was already in Canada, so I don't know how it got started. But then I think firstly you gotta link to your bank account, which is give your bank numbers and then all the information, and then you can put money through WeChat, and then you just give like Red Pocket.
So if I want to now in Chinese New Year, Chinese culture, we would give like the kind of the friends, right, who are married would give.
Actually, in China, we don't give friends like Red Pocket money.
Oh, okay.
Only the senior will give to the juniors.
Yeah. So, but in the app.
Yeah, somehow in the app, WeChat, like friends start to giving Red Pocket money to friends.
Yes.
Yeah, and then people start to like lucky draw.
But because in the Chinese culture, it symbolizes good luck, right?
Yes.
And good fortune and prosperity. Now, so how does that work? So people send us each other money in Chinese New Year, and then what?
And then they can include a short message. And then you can just open the Red Pocket and the money just
and you can
out.
give them, I don't know, $10, $20, whatever.
Yeah,
$50.
any amount.
What about companies? A lot of companies, they run special promotions during that time as well. Yeah. So they would do some kind of a draw and they would give away a lot of money, like some of these big corporations, right?
Yes.
Why are they doing that?
I think just simply because a lot of people are using it. It creates a buzz, like the community with group of friends. They were just, this thing is fun.
And when they share, do they get to add to their list?
When they share, they have the ability to follow. And of course, when they put it on their moments, then all their friends and family will get to see it as well.
Maybe walk us through what are moments. What does that mean?
So the moments feed. So most popular parallel would be the Facebook live feed, which gets updated constantly. So you can hit refresh on your browser or on your phone as many times as you want, and new content will keep popping up. So essentially, WeChat's version of the same thing, they call it moments. So moments, special moments in your day, special moments in life.
kind of like almost like a mini blog of some sort. Right?
Yes, exactly.
And then I can choose to share with anyone who I'm connected with, like kind of the public, or I can just choose to share with people who I want, like a private thing, right?
Yes.
Interesting.
And maybe just within a group of friends, maybe let's say if you're a group of families, you just want to share this with families,
Yes.
or maybe with just a bunch of like college friends, just
Yes.
the college friends.
Another function that I use quite often is we can set up these small groups. So let's say this group of friends, we're going on to this trip, I can just add them, kind of like almost like a mini group within Facebook chat, and then only those people can check back and forth,
Yes.
what's happening. I also notice a lot of people, they use, well, kind of like Facebook, they share their life, they share what's going on, kind of like a bragging, I go do this, I go do that. It's for Chinese, because for Chinese, status is very important. So people do a lot of things to post different photos to demonstrate higher status. New vacation, new car, new whatever, right? So it has that Instagram feel to it, right? What do you think?
It's actually very funny because my dad always on WeChat all the time.
All the time.
And then just updating, refreshing the moments. And then before, like my dad never used Facebook, never really used internet a lot.
Yeah.
But somehow WeChat is really addicting to like the age group of my mom and my dad.
Yeah.
And then,
so not just for young people.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Not just for young people.
And then they're the one actually most exciting when they get the red pocket money from the friends.
Yes, like for a little bit of money, yes. And then they share, and even there's a science to writing these posts, because it's a little bit different. In Instagram, you're like, I post this picture, like, look at how cool I am. But Chinese, they're a little bit more subtle. They might like post a freaking photo, and then they write like a poem below it, right? I'm seeing this, and I'm looking at that, and here's how I'm feeling, and it's quite interesting, like the way they post it. And what about for businesses? Like, what would be a good way? Let's say in North America, not necessarily if they're selling in China, that's great for communication with Chinese clients. That's unnecessary, mandatory. But what about just marketing in general in North America? 20% of the users, I said, in North America, outside of China. What's your take on that?
Businesses in general want to get into the Chinese market for obvious reasons. Yeah. They have a lot of new wealth that have really
just a little bit of money. Just a little bit of money.
A lot of new wealth that has really come from the past 5 to 10 years. And also the interesting is the age range is not what people might expect. So the typical age range where people think are the wealthy sector are generally a little bit older, right? Maybe 45 to 45, 55 or and up. Now with the Chinese, their new wealth, it's actually a lot younger. You're looking at age mid-20s to mid-30s. So if you look at the Vancouver market specifically, let's say in real estate, a lot of new buyers, young couples, they're actually quite young. And that has surprised a lot of developers, especially. And
real estate developers.
Real estate developers. So the interesting thing is now they have to really adjust and really target that younger demographic and to understand why they pick one building developer over another, and how their needs are different from the other types of affluent citizens around the world compared to the affluent Chinese market.
So that's WeChat marketing. If you have any questions, comment below. Also subscribe to our channel. This is actually our very first episode of Decoding China. So we're gonna share with you kind of behind the scenes, how does China think? And when you watch the news, what does that mean? But I also want to make sure we answer your questions as well. Maybe you're thinking of selling and marketing to the Chinese community, maybe not, but I think you'll get interesting insights that will help you in some way in your life or in your career. Doesn't matter regardless if you're selling to them or not. So make sure you comment and leave a question. We'll take those questions and make future episodes. Stay tuned.